Aisyah. Hi, NORHANISA and Mr. IZZAT. Good morning, Doctor. My husband and I have been trying to conceive for over a year, but we haven't had any success. So, my menstrual cycles are very irregular.
So we decide to check, and my sperm analysis came back normal. So we are hoping to understand what might be causing the problem.
Okay, thank you for sharing the information, Madam Hanisa and Mr. Izzat. So, since the sperm analysis is normal, let's focus on Madam Nisa reproductive cycle. And based on your evaluation, the main concern are irregular ovulation and a reduced luteinizing hormone or LH surge. So, doctor, could you explain what is ovulation is and how it normally happens? Ovulation is the process where a matured egg is released from the ovary. This process is controlled by several hormones. First, the pituitary gland releases follicle-stimulating hormone or FSH. FSH stimulates the growth and development of ovarian follicle, which contain immature eggs. As the follicle grows, they produce estrogen. Estrogen will help thicken the uterine lining, and when its level becomes high enough, it stimulates a large increase in luteinizing hormone known as the LH.
What exactly does the LH search do?
Basically, the LHS trigger the final maturation of the egg and cause the mature follicle to rupture, releasing the egg from the ovary. This release of the egg is called ovulation. After ovulation, the ruptured follicle becomes a structure called the corpus luteum. During the post-ovulatory phase, LH causes the follicular cell to transform into luteal tissue, forming the corpus luteum. The corpus luteum secretes progesterone and small amount of estrogen. Progesterone prepare and maintain the endometrium for implantation and inhibit the secretion of FSH and LH through negative feedback, preventing the development of new follicle. Furthermore, LH complete meiosis 1, producing the secondary oocyte and first polar body. The secondary oocyte then enters meiosis 2 and remain arrested at metaphase 2 until fertilization occurs. So what happened after the egg is released? After ovulation, the egg enters the fallopian tube where fertilization easily occurs. During intercourse, millions of sperm enter the female reproductive tract and travel toward the fallopian tube. But only a small number of sperm will reach the egg. What happened after the sperm enter the eggs? The nucleus of the sperm and the nucleus of the egg will fuse together. This fusion marks fertilization and formation of a zygote. Before this occurs, several important steps take place to allow the sperm to successfully reach and penetrate the oocyte. First, during capacitation, sperm undergo final maturation within the female reproductive tract. This process increases their motility and prepare them to penetrate the surrounding layers of the oocyte and undergo the acrosome reaction. Next is the penetration of the corona radiata. Enzymes such as hyaluronidase released from the sperm acrosome break down the hyaluronic acid between the cumulus cell. This exposes the zona pellucida. This is the protective glycoprotein layer surrounding the oocyte. After that, the sperm binds to the zona pellucida, particularly to the ZP3 and ZP4 glycoprotein. This binding triggers the acrosome reaction. During the acrosome reaction and zona penetration, enzymes including acrosin, esterase, and neuraminidase digest the zona pellucida. This enables the sperm to penetrate the zona and reach the oocyte membrane. Next, the plasma membrane of the sperm fuse with the oocyte membrane. The sperm head and tail enter the oocyte cytoplasm, and subsequently the nucleus of the sperm and the nucleus of the egg fuse together, forming a diploid zygote and initiating embryonic development. Moving to the next step is the cortical reaction, which prevent polyspermy. After one sperm enters the oocyte, cortical granule release enzyme that modify the zona pellucida. This creates a barrier that prevents an additional sperm from entering and ensure that only one sperm fertilizes the egg. After that is the phase of completion of meiosis 2. The secondary oocyte complete its second meiotic division, producing the matured ovum and the second polar body. Then, male and female pronuclei are formed. The sperm nucleus develops into the male pronucleus, while the ovum nucleus form the female pronucleus. The next stage is syngeny, where the male and female pronuclei fuse together. This fusion marks the completion of
through fertilization. Finally, diploid zygote formation is occur. The chromosome number is restored to 46 and the fertilized egg, known as the zygote, is now ready to begin its first cleavage, division, and continue development.
So doctor, how do my wife irregular menstrual cycles affect the chance of fertilization?
Irregular menstrual cycle often indicate irregular ovulation. If ovulation does not occur regularly, it becomes difficult to predict when an egg is available for fertilization. In some cycles, ovulation may not occur at all. Without an egg, fertilization cannot take place even if a healthy sperm are present.
Irregular menstrual cycles often indicate irregular ovulation, such as ovulation or oligomenorrhea, where cycles stretch between 30 to 50 days. If ovulation does not occur regularly, it becomes clinically difficult to predict when an egg is available. Since the released egg is only viable for 24 hours, unpredictable timing makes fertilization highly unlikely. In some cycles, ovulation may not occur at all, and without an egg, fertilization cannot take place even if healthy sperm are present.
I understand now. So, doctor, what about the reduced LH search? The reduced LH search is particularly important. The LH search is responsible for triggering ovulation. Then, if the search is weak or absent, the follicle may not release the mature egg. So, as a result, fertilization becomes much less likely because there may be egg available for the sperm to fertilize.
The reduced LH stage is particularly important because it stands for a disruption in the hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis. The LH surge is responsible for triggering ovulation. If the pulsatile signaling is altered, the surge becomes too weak. As a result, it fails to stimulate follicle rupture, meaning the mature egg remains trapped inside the ovary. Therefore, fertilization becomes much less likely because there is simply no egg available in the fallopian tube for the sperm to fertilize.
So basically, the LH stage is a key part of a normal reproduction.
Exactly, the LH is the essential master trigger for normal reproduction. It relies on a positive feedback loop from estradiol to initiate final egg maturation and resume meiosis. It is absolutely mandatory for follicle rupture and egg release. Without a proper, robust LH stage, ovulation may be severely delayed, highly irregular, or completely absent. This structural disruption significantly reduces overall fertility and makes natural conception very difficult.
Are there treatments or change I can make to improve my ovulation? Yes, NORHANISA. There are two types, which is one medical intervention. The first one is medical intervention, and the second one is lifestyle modification.
For medical intervention, is ovulating-inducing medication is clomiphene citrate and letrozole. This medication works by stimulating hypothalamus and pituitary hormone. This increases the secretion of FSH and LH, which are essential hormones for follicle development and ovulation. As a result, ovulation can be triggered even in patients who have irregular menstrual cycles. Next, the second approach is lifestyle modification. This includes to maintain a healthy body weight or BMI, engage in irregular physical activity, stress management, leverage to reduce cortisol effect on GnRH, and maintain a balanced diet. The effect of lifestyle help to improve the hormonal system and also support natural ovulation cycle. So overall, medical intervention directly stimulates ovulation, while lifestyle modification supports long-term hormonal balance and reproductive health. So there are 6 types of assisted reproductive technology that help achieve pregnancy. For the first, artificial insemination or intrauterine insemination, in vitro fertilization. Third, gamete intrafallopian transfer. Fourth, zygote intrafallopian transfer. Fifth, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Assisted hatching of embryo.
Oh, that sounds helpful. We will definitely look into those options.
So, doctor, I have one more question. What happens if fertilization occurs but implantation is failed? This is an excellent question. If fertilization occurs,
First, in the pathway, fertilization occurs and a zygote is formed. The zygote then develops into an early embryo. However, implantation in the endometrium fails, so the embryo cannot attach to the uterine lining and there is no connection with the maternal blood supply. So, in terms of mechanism, normally the corpus luteum produces progesterone which maintain the endometrium for implantation. But without implantation, there is no HCG production, so the corpus luteum regresses. This leads to a drop in progesterone level and the endometrium breaks down. Overall, the physiological outcome is that show pregnancy does not continue.
I understand now. So, even if fertilization happens successfully, implantation is still necessary for pregnancy. That's correct, Madam Hamza. Um, successful reproduction require ovulation, fertilization, and implantation. Any disruption in one of these stages can reduce the chances of pregnancy.
Thank you, Doctor. Your explanation has helped us understand the biological factors involved.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Aisyah. We now have a much clearer understanding of the situation and the possible ways to improve our change of conceiving.